Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Caves of Cod, where I decided I wanted to close some of our business in the rest of the world before before heading into the Tomb of the Eaters. And one of the things I figured we may as well do is just knock out the rest of the battles in Bethesda Susa. Should be pretty easy. So I went ahead and I sure did gather 4 studded armors. It just took a little while. I actually found one of them on the ground, which was weird, but whatever. The important thing is now we got it. Also, I have an unidentified weird artifact in my inventory. Huh. Okay. Well, any case, let's get a splendid vestment that definitely wasn't worth the effort. Mate's lucent breast. I mean, stats are alright. It is the same kind of armor we're wearing now. But it gives +1 willpower, and it's lacquered and sturdy. I mean, it is technically an improvement to our armor that we've been trying to replace because it's so out of date. It is the smallest possible. Okay, well, we do have the parts to radio tinker up a bunch of things and hit that other Beetle who's down here, and I don't remember where that one is. I think it's pretty deep. But I'm going to do it. So, yeah. 5 radio-powered items visited on the 12th of Schwutux. I don't know what that means. Or the 19th of Schwutux. Whatever. It's down lower. We're going to go down lower. I'm going to go down lower. I'll see y'all in a moment at the Beetle. All right. Here we are. 13 strata deep with the other Beetle. Unfortunately, on the way down here, I'm not really 100% sure how I missed these before. I did encounter 2 additional Beetles. Enhanced prowess, a peculiar contraption. You know, these could be cool rewards. Items fitted with filters and sturdy items both seem very doable. I just tinkered, as you can see there in the log, I just tinkered radio powered onto 5 chem cells. Let's see. Enhanced prowess. Okay, 2 attribute points actually is very rad. That is extremely fucking cool. Yeah, wow. All right, thank you very much, friend. So wait, the other one that wanted to offer us enhanced prowess was 3 sturdy items. Shit, somebody was selling the sturdy modifier and we didn't take it. We should have. We absolutely should have. But okay, so that's that done then. I think that I kind of want to do some more historical sites just because they're fun. I think they're fun. They're always a little scary when you're doing them in a newer, higher value area like that, but I think that's going to be the next thing. So let's warp ourselves over to the Freehold and see about that, perhaps. Polyhedral rings. When did I get these? These equip on your face, right? Yeah, I remember we had these before. I don't really understand how you wear them on your face, but an extra point of AV is certainly not a bad thing. Yeah, weird. I do not remember picking those up. Anyway. The Freehold. I mean, some people have restocked their inventories. I have a Rhymewick Beguiled at the moment. Okay, so there is a Dromad trader down here somewhere. Also, Bep has restocked, so we should check Bep out. Bep, you do not have sturdy, which is a shame. You do have some other stuff, and perhaps most importantly, you have additional 6s and 7s here. Well, I mean, 6s and 7s, how many do we... sorry, that's not 6s and 7s, that's A6 and 7 Ds. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. I don't care about that stuff at all. So a dromad trader in this area, though, ought to have a pretty advanced inventory, right? That might be worth looking into. Okay, your stuff is, like, fine. I do not know where that dromad trader is on this screen. I'm assuming... I mean, they'd pretty much have to be in the middle area, right? Yep, apparently spotting this dromad caravan for the first time. I guess I just never came down here before? Okay, so you have, first of all, delicious taco. Secondly, some artifacts, and then also some other things that I don't know what they are, but I would love to see these artifacts. My guess is that I am not going to be able to... oh yeah, you're neutral impossible. I mean, there's always the die roll, right? Precog. Go ahead and commit all the beguiles. Okay, that's as ranked up as that'll get. And... nope, nothing. Okay, I kind of figured. Just go ahead and end the vision right now. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother trading for mysterious stuff right now. So, I guess let us, I guess, do I want to try to get a hold of, like, a light rail or something before we do this? This bow is probably not the ideal weapon for the circumstance. Then again, with me running around with the hover sled, the bow is actually my light source. I guess it's important to remember we're not using floating glow spheres. So yeah, maybe we do hold on to it for the moment. I guess let's try to peek down here. See if we can get inside, see if it's worth being in there. Okay, look at all of this. Sultan Crocs, Strength Saps, and because these are members of the cult, of course, they are not as friendly to us as they ought to be. Can I force bubble and leave? Yep, sure can. Okay, so that one sucks. I do not like that one at all. What's the kind of stuff we're looking at here? Don't see any enemies right away. Are you hostile perch? No, you're just normal fish. Uh-oh. Same cult. Or actually, it might not be the same cult, but it is in any case. Yeah, look at that. Smart Sap permanently drains the wet prism perch's intelligence by 1 point. I don't actually know if there is a way to recover stat points lost to those kinds of bats. It says permanently, right? What about the Saloons of Bash? Does this maybe have a cult that's made up of creatures that are a little bit less incredibly frustrating to deal with? Member of the Cobalt Meteorite Church. Oh. Am I neutral with this cult? How did that happen? Cobalt Meteorite Church. Yeah, I'm not welcome in their holy places, but aside from that, this cult is neutral toward me. Well, that's interesting. Now, obviously, not everything that we encounter will be a member of the cult. And so that's certainly not the only determiner for what kind of time we're going to have here. But it's entirely possible we'll be able to get to the lowest level of this area before we face any real resistance. That's a normal giant amoeba, Rhinox skull maul, some kind of artifact. Okay. What kind of pistol is it? It's a dithermal beam just laying on the ground. Also, that's a crysteel halberd. That's some kind of fancy gemstone. Smooth emerald. Wait, isn't this some kind of crazy thing? Data is painted back and forth between the glass lunes of visor and wristlet. Oh, grab this. Grab this for a second. So obviously, it's got a biodynamic cell in it, which feels like not the right way for that to be. Let me tinker. You know what? Let me put the radio powered nuclear cell into it, maybe, for the moment. No, it doesn't have the point of armor, right? Although it does have a point of dodge, which is still something. So I remember when we saw the design for this before, thinking that it seemed good. What do we have going on down here? Is this chain laser emplacements part of the cult, I guess? There are normal baboons here. And I guess we do need to be careful of those because they are, I believe quartz baboons are one of the laser reflecting creatures. Obviously, we still have gas as a plan. And I'm not necessarily thinking that our Rywick is going to survive for a super long time here. That is so many power cells to have just picked up automatically walking around. Guess what? My poor Rywick is definitely dead. Oh dear. Okay. There's the source of the problem. Oh, but these people are not... Well, they weren't hostile to us before. They're probably going to get hostile when my acid gets up there. But they were trying to fight like the Rywick, I think, or other things. Are you guys part of the church? Okay. Are you part of the church? Okay, you're just a normal life sap, which is also fine. Also not a threat to me. We'll just help ourselves to their library while we're around here. Opener is a seedling new. Each definite thought produces a permanent effect. It always adds a layer of air is 4 times clearer. Truer words never spoken. I'm sorry, my right hand is dismembered. Oh, God. A bloody Sultan Croc has gone absolutely fucking shithouse. Okay. Buddy. That was my hand for doing things. Do I still have my weapon? I imagine my weapon would have fallen on the ground, yes? Okay. I guess pick up my hand. So I guess Sultan Crocs do that thing. Neutral, tough. Yeah, it got blood on it and it just went like completely fucking bananas. That is a feature that is also some other creatures do that. But yeah, look at this. We have like very precise readouts on everything's stats now. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna leave since I can. And I think I should be able to just... Oh, that's the wrong thing. I think I should be able to just climb into the back to tank over here and fix that, right? Wait, have I not checked out this area with this character? Oh my. Well, that seems like an oversight. It didn't even occur to me. But anyway, enter. And then we just hang out here, right? Hooray! Okay. Set primary limb. That didn't work. There it goes. And then here, re-equip my pretty okay shield. Alright. And now we can go back in there. We just got to make sure that we are careful about the crocs. But at this point, losing a critical limb like that isn't even all that big a deal. It's certainly not a thing that is always true in this game. The basilisk is a member of the church. You know what? Maybe let's not go down this way. You guys are all members of the church? Okay, those guys do not... You feel a sense of holiness here, so anywhere underground is too live. Sleetbeard, wet thermal miner. And then the question is, like, if you do go ahead and start fighting here, is that going to set off the guys upstairs? I guess let's find out. Force bubble. I'm a little annoyed that the one Sleepbeard gets to continue attacking me despite me being force bubbled because it was adjacent to me when I did it. There we go. One Sleepbeard down. It's not ideal to not get to hit them directly. Obviously, like I would love to be shooting the stuff at them. Wait. Oh, my missile weapon unequipped. Also, I forgot the laze comes with ambient light generation, so if I just don't use my brain laser, I actually am a source of light. Well, I can still shoot brain lasers. Okay. There's an Elder Flamebeard over there. Fortunately, they're not doing a good job of focusing the temperature changes. Alright, here's some more gas for all of y'all. I'm assuming the Elder Tartbeard probably doesn't take damage from the gas. And you are... just a normal Mechanimist Paladin. So that Elder Tartbeard would actually probably be a pretty good proselytize then. I'm going to start the precog vision because I'm a little worried about... Oh, never mind. Hi. Do you want to be friends? Okay, cool. I finally found a a combatant, a combat pet who isn't going to be immediately melted by my basic combat strat. Yeah, you better run. Oh, I'm out of charges again. There we go. Just draw him into the acid. They get nuked immediately. Kind of a lot of damage very quickly there, but I think... No, never mind. I was about to say, I think we're in the clear for a moment. I can rest. Here's all this for you. Well, that's annoying. Brain lasers to accelerate the process. Okay, can I rest now? Somehow, no. I think that's sleeping gas? I just wanna take a short break, you know? I just wanna lay down for a second. No, I definitely don't want to get an Issachar rifle. Where are my... Here we go. Okay, this is like a nice little alcove to hide in. Alright, that thing is going to be dealing with an awful lot of acid damage. Oh no. This is a bad time for concealment. Being pursued by one of these limb-removing crocodiles. But we'll wall up. Oh no, she was bitten to death by a hubaba. Okay, confusion wears off. Did I manage to get the laser through there? No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, you have... Okay. You have a charge, and it's very scary. It's funny how it was doing just fine until I proselytized it, or until I beguiled it, and all of a sudden it went from green to yellow. Oh, that's really annoying. That said, at this point, I think it's the only hostile thing in the area. So it can confuse me, but I don't think it can really take advantage of the confusion. There we go, and then we can just melt it. So anyway, I'm going to take the last one of these areas that we were in as sort of a symbol, a sign, and we're going to be pretty thorough with exploring them because there could be chests containing artifacts on levels other than the bottom one. Okay, there's gonna be a basilisk around here somewhere. You're just a random protector of the stilt. Hey, I was using that. I don't have a good way of like forcing them back or anything. I mean, I do. I have force field. Let's take you upstairs into the cloud. There you go. The big secret is to make them feel like they can get adjacent to you. Trying not to produce a lot of extra gas here so that we can maybe keep our pet alive. Come on, you coward. Ow, right. You gotta remember they have a charge. does not make them less cowardly. Oh. Do you have anything fun? Not really. Stuff that's just a little out of date. What? No, don't attack my... Why are you hostile? Oh, because you're frenzied. Force bubble. Yeah, this is not necessarily the safest pal to have. I'm wondering if this place is just too damn dangerous. All right, go down. Yeah, grab my shield. Re-equip it. Didn't I have... Oh. Visage takes up an arm and a head slot. That's weird. Is this our friend here? Okay, friendly again. Take a glowing, floating glow sphere, sure. This feels so dangerous. You know, we're gonna do something here. I'm gonna melt this Sultan Croc on purpose. Jesus Christ. Well... I like the fact that the visage makes it really obvious that that's not a husk, although I guess it's a mimic, so it doesn't have perfect impersonation maybe anyway. Yeah. Yeah. I'm quite on fire, actually. Let me precog this out, just in case I don't survive. So the Elder Flamebeard did die. Can melt you, and then at this point, spend some more time trying to defire myself. Keep giving people the brain laser. Are those the mimics have turned into door and wall? That's pretty funny. Mimics don't have a ton of HP. Hold on, let me look at this just in case we have to run. We can at least potentially learn something. Oh yeah, periodic uka. I remember. Okay, it does seem like I was able to successfully get rid of the croc. Oh no, there we go. No, I think I'm okay with how things have turned out so far. I think I'm doing a good job of luring things into the acid. Shit. Yep, the blood frenzies them. Yeah, they basically are just like bigger madpoles, I guess. Well, I'm gonna dive down a level then. Y'all, there might be a basilisk around here. Somebody, somewhere is shouting about the sacred joining. The Hamlet of Dupad. If we step down, we end up in a liminal floor, surrounded by many hostile things. dangerous things. Tongue Tyrant. Let's see here if any of that stuff wants to follow me up. I mean, I don't want to miss out if there are additional artifacts, because we have already seen how there can sometimes be more than one artifact in one of these places, but it does seem very dangerous to explore here. If those Sultan Crocs can frenzy like that, we have to be extremely careful. All right, let me see. Let me stick my head down here. Okay, nothing terribly amazing. I don't know for sure if the Tongue Tyrant can grab me from here. If it does, it could be dangerous. I'd love to get one of these things beguiled. Down there in the lower right, it looks like we might have a becoming nook, perhaps. All right, I'm going to try to step off the stairs. Let's see how bad this is. I mean, it's not so bad so far. So these things are tough, but if we gas and then beguile, utterly impervious. Not, you literally can't even try that. I do appreciate that it doesn't if you try beguile on a thing that's not a legal target for beguile, it doesn't put your beguile on cooldown. That's awfully nice of them. All right, I have been placed within the Tongue Tyrant. Obviously, I am pumping out a lot of corrosive gas very quickly, so I'm hoping that will help to protect me. And by protect me, I mean murder it. Getting a little nervous about how slowly it's taking damage. I have shot it with many lasers. And they're not really doing the thing I want. I am hacking through it, but it's taken a long time. And I'm taking a lot of damage in the interim. At least we do have a good sword. Like, this could be a really dangerous situation if we didn't. I'm going to go ahead and nice and early here hit one of my salve injectors. Okay. Let's attempt to beguile you. All right, I got one of them turned. Now we just do the same thing with this Tongue Tyrant. Okay. That's a frustrating message to receive because I can't tell if that's my pet doing it to others or... Oh, this whole floor is just Wardens of the Sanctum, though. This is going to suck so much. There's going to be so much disarming happening here. Once again, I do think it's probably salve time. All right, my companion was killed. We've just about cut our way out of this thing. I gotta say, that's impressive. I'm surprised at how quickly I gained that level. All right, I'm gonna get Tongue Tyranted again. We can force bubble and make a run for it. I really don't want to be adjacent to any of these guys when we lose our bubble, but I mean... All right, let me put myself right here. Try to let the... Oh, I did not know that one was there. To a certain extent, these things are doing good work for us because they're giving us a little bit of cover, right? This is safe time for my cooldowns to expire, and I don't think we're in a lot of danger from them as much as they do meaningful damage to us. they do it a lot slower than we do it to them from the inside. So the odds of one of these things getting to kill us is basically 0. Ow. I am unfortunately receiving damage from poison gas because the Elder Gallbeards do not do acid gas, they do poison gas. It's pretty dangerous situation. Feels like to beguile here would be a waste. This thing is close enough to dead, and it is taking damage from the acid. Yeah, we'll just destroy it. Let's take a second here. Recover all of my various things. No, shoot that guy. Beguile. All right. Go forth, a burly protector. He'll find stuff to pick on. So the one that's facing right is my dude. Yeah, I should not be shooting lasers at him. Although the game really wants me to. It's default targeting him in a way that makes it kind of awkward to fight anybody else. That's all right. He's not getting confused. He knows what's up. All right. Tick, 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 boys. And I think at this point we have pretty much fought our way through that set of enemies that we saw at the very beginning. That is a Tartbeard. This is the acid one. So I have to, like, force bubble? Yeah, push you into my dude. And then just kind of like stand back and take pot shots while the knight does most of the actual fighting. Yeah, the bow is definitely... It's not an ideal weapon. Okay, 700 more XP. I don't think we've seen the basilisk yet. We've seen lots of mold, but we've not seen the basilisk itself. Where's this mimic? Aha. Okay. Mimics are not very tough. Tongue Tyranted, we can just ignore it. An Eigen Pistol is interesting. I think I'm just going to disassemble that. And I mean, we may as well burn this down too. Okay, that is acid gas. I have no idea where my ally has gotten off to. Because you're not a friendly one. Okay, here's my dude. I was able to just lure him deeper and deeper into the flow. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, guess what? You're on my team now. He was dissolved by you is just... It's a phrase we're going to see a lot. For I am no warden. Oh, okay. There is a burgeoning. Somewhere, someone burgeons. Was it you? I actually don't know if Mechanimist Correlers can do that. Okay. My companion was beaten to death in single combat. It happens, you know? A liminal floor in the Saloons of Bash, so this is not going to be the loot floor either, probably. Just wait until this wears off, I guess. Oh, it's going to be one of these. Yeah, okay. I am being repeatedly bubbled. Let's teleport south, where I'll be repeatedly bubbled again. I do hate this, by the way. I'll tell you what, it ain't the Herkhounds doing it. So we're just gonna wait for teleport to come off cooldown over and over again until we can see the people responsible for our force fielding. You know what? I can open up the sightlines with the gas. I can just fill this whole chamber with gas. So we're not in very much damage here. Or danger. Not in very much danger here. I'm assuming I can't laze through it. Yeah. Sadly, I can't beguile through it either. But I can absolutely just corrosive gas over and over again. And it's not obvious that it's in the squares with the force field, but it is. They've made me immune to any attacks because the people with the force field can't actually penetrate it themselves, it seems like. They are going to confusion wave me over and over again, which is just like an incredibly annoying thing for them to do. They've got some real, actual enemies in here now, but still, I think well, gas is able to penetrate the force field. And if these guys are putting out sleeping gas, that is a little nervous. That's a little nerve-wracking. I'm gonna attempt to teleport down to here. Turn on the gas. It's a little scary to teleport directly into melee with something like that, but okay, so now that's dealt with. We are continuing to pump out as much gas as we can. No, I think my vision's fine. It's like over time, I'm going to heal to full while the chamber just fills more and more with corrosive gas. As long as you just keep hitting it on cooldown. And it should eventually kill them. They are taking some damage from it. Unfortunately, you really you only get the really good gas concentration on things that are adjacent to you. And I am still surrounded by shield on all sides, so I can't force them to breathe deep. One of them did die, which might mean that there's going to be gaps in the force field coverage now. There haven't been so far, but could happen any moment. How are you doing? Let's keep you in the oh no box. Yep, slowly but surely. Once this one goes down, maybe there'll be gaps in coverage, because, I'm clearly still being force fielded by more than one of them. I don't know, he's actually healing because the gas is not getting to him. There we go. Okay, so that one's down too. Man, am I still going to be permanently force fielded? I do feel like they should have to be able to see you to force field you. I think something like that would help a lot with the way that this feels very unfair and also, honestly, just pretty boring. Well... killing an Elder Dreambeard like this is going to be... well, maybe not. I was going to say it's going to be like a real test of fortitude because of how slowly it must be taking damage. But also it's been standing there a long time. Okay, so now that that thing's dead, we have all of our abilities back. I think I'm going to try to teleport again, and we're going to see what happens. Okay. Well, one thing that's happened is it has shown me that there are an awful lot of Mechanimous Preachers on this level. Obviously, we will gas. This might take a minute. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause the recording and work my way through the rest of the stuff on this this floor in this manner. And I'll call y'all back when the job is done, because I think we're gonna be here for a minute. Okay, so I thought I'd bring y'all back in at the revelation. Here they are. They've finally revealed themselves. The leader of the Cobalt Meteorite Church, Totlan Quiton Sitzakoa, maybe, perhaps, a Dreambeard, and then I am still being restrained by Mechanimous Preachers. I suspect there's more than one around, given the amount of restraining that is happening. We're on the level below the one that I was last on. Obviously, I did fight through that. It took a while. Looks like probably the same tactics here, and then we can see the chest is right there. The critically important chest. I accidentally dissolved that bookshelf. It's fine. So I'm just going to stand here and wait until... So, yeah, you can see the message that the force field disappears, but the force field did not disappear. That's what I'm saying. I think there's more than one of them around, because they're overlapping their walls. But that's fine. The gas is going to kill this one probably pretty quickly. So these guys do not have a lot of HP. You can see down there over to the left, that is the area that I came from. There is still corrosive gas lingering, because that's how that goes. The cult leader also is already suffering. We'll just wait. If they want to keep me perfectly safe while I slowly DPS them down, I guess there's nothing really to be upset about there. Okay, so that's a preacher down. I'm assuming that there's at least one, like we're still going to be getting walls, but now that there's one less preacher, there might be gaps in the uptime, perhaps? Because I don't believe that a preacher by themselves can keep it up all the time. I think when you see 100% uptime, you're seeing multiple preachers working together. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, that actually dropped. So unfortunately, I have no idea where... it was down for a turn. Yeah, I have no idea where there might be other preachers. I do think we probably want to move. So let's try... There's a lot of basilisk molts. I have killed one basilisk on this level already in the area down and to the left. And I should also say down and to the right. Let me get my precise cursor up. Down here, this room, as far as I can tell, it's just all tongue tyrants. So I don't really want to end up down there or visible from down there. So I think I'm going to aim my teleport up left. We'll just see how lucky we get. Okay, that's not horrible. Since they just force bubbled, I'm thinking our own force bubble will, or like there should be a fair amount of cooldown before they can apply it again, given our current teleport. What knocked me like that? I got moved down to the right without me moving down into the right. There was a cone of sleep gas. You know, I'm not entirely sure. So this thing's lost about 100 health already. Yeah, it's hemorrhaging real bad due to the density of the acids. So annoying. And unfortunately, oh, okay. That's a little inconvenient. I'm going to go ahead and hit my force bubble button. Ah. Okay, well, we see another one. So I'm just going to pass some time here. The confusion will wear off before the force bubble does. Okay, so that is, with any luck, the last of them that we're going to have to deal with. I'm not going to gas here because if we gas here, we're going to destroy our cover to the south, and we're going to get mouthed. I said that, and then I immediately I went to press the button that makes time pass, and instead I pressed the button that makes corrosive gas occur because it's such a reflex with this character. We are going to have to deal with these things, I think. The range that they have is so crazy. All right, I'm going to try, we're going to see, like, my teleport is not accurate enough for me to pull off the thing I'm going to try to pull off here, but there we go. A little adjacency. Actually, I kind of wonder, should I try to proselytize, should I try to beguile? No, I should kill. Oh, you fucker. Okay, well, I got him. But he did put me in a wall of force. It's just that he put me in a wall of force while he was still in one of the tiles. So now we just gotta wait for that to wear off. And then we'll probably have pretty free movement. I don't know for sure that there is another one. So, credit wedges, and the briny shiv of the Saloons of Bash, plus 4 willpower, and aside from that, it seems to be a pretty standard knife. Okay, I mean, it's fine. That's annoying. Okay, so we got knocked, I got sleeped. I stepped into a tile where I was visible to the tongue tyrants and got sleeped the second I stepped into it, and yeah. So now we are deep within this tyrant in the corner. I'm going to employ the gas, and let's just hack our way out. Keep an eye on the HP. Don't be afraid to pop a salve. I think I picked up another salve or two on the last level. Well, I also found a geomagnetic disc, which I think is a really cool throwing item, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, let me gain some health back. I think I'm being swapped back and forth between them. Maybe not. Well, yeah, I just popped out of the top one. Okay. This Gallbeard is a little bit of a danger, but also beguilable. Okay, I'm not still under the effects of the old salve, I don't think. So I'm going to hit another one. I'm actually having a much harder time staying up on my damage here than I was before, it feels like. Like, they're out damaging me a lot. I guess I'm bleeding pretty badly. Huh. Let me salve. And then I'm probably not allowed to attempt to bandage myself, right? Bandage is meds, right? Yeah. Okay, you stopped bleeding. I think a lot of points of bleed had built up on me over time. But I am also I'm having a lot of trouble dealing damage here. Maybe I'm going to regret this, but I'll say no to that. And then let me hit another salve. I'm a little nervous here. And we have so much salve. Yep, your companion was dissolved by you. Yeah, I agree. That's true. That is what happened. Okay, these things are both in the red now. Congratulations, we're level 29. Okay, so in theory, now it is just me and the guy who's really good at putting me to sleep. Okay, I fell asleep. He charged forward, took 70 damage from the amount of gas that was in the square next to me, and died. I am now disliked by the Cobalt Meteorite Church. But I'm well liked by the villagers of a church that I've never heard of before. So that's fun. And we are not leaving without our books. You take little Chuboon for your insight. Also, of Aberdeenshire, Forfarshire, and the cloud began. What wares, may I? There is yet a bitter leaf. Okay, well, this was an exciting little thing. Do you really want to do this, guy? Was that worth it? Did that go the way you were hoping it would go? Okay, I'm going to teleport out. I don't need this shit. Where are we going? Back to the stilt, I suppose. I've managed to accumulate a few books, right? Yep, I sure have. Alright, back to the stilt. I don't have a teleporter for that, but I do have a teleporter for Shabal, which is in the desert. Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody. Alright. That was productive. We got some things accomplished there. Another 5,200. Alright. Getting real close to level 30, and I'm feeling pretty tough. And level 30 is where we were when we were doing the golem part of the quest with Krobel Nombus, right? So that feels pretty okay. So at this point, main quest wise, knowing that I don't really want to do either of the other historical sites because of the saps. I mean, saps don't have to be that big of a deal. And if you're quick on your force bubble, you have a decent ranged weapon, which we do in the brain laser. You know, it's not horrible. We could probably deal with them. They do not have a lot of health. It's either that or Bright Shoal. It's either that or the Tomb of the Eaters on the way to Bright Shoal. And you know, I'm not sure what I think is up next. What I am sure of is I think I've earned a little break here. I think that's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are either going down or going up, and in either case, into a real realm of nightmares. And we'll see you then.